The process is everything. Like, that's where the joy is. You kind of get out of yourself, out of your mind, and time slows down, and you just really are completely focused on what you're doing. And I think that's really the most exciting thing about creating art. And then hopefully you have something beautiful at the end of the process. When I was a kid, my parents took me to Star Wars. I think I was 6 years old. I walked out of the theater that day and my life had changed. And I started studying like the model makers and the guys behind the scenes. That really got me into kind of making things, fantasy things that excited me. I just like the challenge of taking a rigid material and then making it look fluid or like it has life to it.
I am Patricia Homan. I am Adam's mom. Well, when Adam was a little kid, he was always imaginative, and I believe I instilled a little bit of that imaginative in him with reading Dr. Seuss books and doing artwork. And one of the pieces of artwork that we did when he was a little boy is we made these pickled people, and we gave them to friends and relatives for Christmas presents. His pieces bring joy to people, and I'm lucky enough to have his studio here, and every day a piece of joy comes out of that studio.
The modern adult world can be confusing and jaded and dark, and who needs more of that? From my work, I want a positive feeling. I want people to smile, I want them to laugh. I love childhood imagination. It's pure, it's a beautiful thing. Today, I'm working on a jackalope, which is Arizona mythology. The history behind it is that I think a taxidermist was, doing a rabbit, and they added deer antlers to it. And then somebody got an image of that, and it became lore. Like, these jackalopes are out there and exist, and people claim they've seen them. And it's kind of a fun thing that's happened in Arizona. I started making them years ago, and I'll find like deer antlers at the gem show or something, and I'll incorporate them into the piece. Sort of a whimsical thing to do. This one is going to be a little different. I had to scavenge some cool parts for this. I'm using stainless steel on it, mixed with mild steel. We're going to treat it, and I'll show you how the chemical process works on it. Gives it a different look. From the beginning, I usually like to sit down and meditate and be in a calm space and let a positive idea come through. I never create when I'm stressed out. Once I get the idea, I know the form in my head, what I want to create, but I'm also keeping in mind that I have recycled parts, whether it's cameras, pieces out of gears, cash registers, typewriters. It's always like, does that piece fit into the sculpture in a natural way?
I think he did one of the love bots during Valentine's Day because every man wants to give his wife a love bot. Or maybe a wife wants to give her husband one too. It works both ways.
For me, it's all about animation, so I was a huge animation fan, and the robots were always a part of that. And so the love bot just became a sort of piece that, the idea of giving somebody your heart and that expression too, it's very sweet and kind. And I don't know, there's always been something about robots that, has stirred my heart. And the idea that a robot is showing something very kind and human, I like that sort of dichotomy. I find it interesting and inspiring. I figure I've done about 7,000 sculptures since 1994. It hasn't been a one-man journey. My family's been a huge part of that and supported me and have been encouraging.
I'm Dennis Homan, and I'm Adam Homan's dad. He was very creative, and he was an only child, so he used to do a lot of stuff by himself, sit there and draw, and when he was going to college, he wanted to become a teacher. He ended up getting a degree from University of Arizona in English and creative writing. So he started teaching school. He came home one day and he says, Dad, he says, I don't like this job at all. He says, but I would like to make my hobby my career. I was always raised in, you get a job where you got, every 2 weeks you got a paycheck and you had benefits and things like that. And I said, so I did, you're not gonna have those kind of things if you become an artist. And he just said, I know, Dad, but that's what I really want to do. It'll all work out. So I said, okay, I'll support you.
Now, the downsides are there's no consistency. And when it's your job and you're supporting your family with something too, you also have to think, is this gonna sell? There is a pressure that comes with that, like, okay, what do I do now? And that's where like repeat business is huge for me. The joys far outweigh the challenges. Every day I get to come to work and I get to be creative. And for the most part, I can do what I want. It's a blessing and I don't take it for granted.
The self-made woman is very, very important for a woman that has come through a lot of problems in her life to make it to the top of whatever she does.
The self-made woman sculpture is probably one of the pieces I'm known best for, but the idea behind it is it's a female breaking free from her constraints, whether that be, choose your choice there. I always try to do strong female figures. I feel like the sacred feminine has been trounced on for 3,000 years, and I really think the women coming into their strength and claiming their power is important in our society right now. Well, when I started, I was working primarily with just mild steel. I was very adamant about fabricating everything myself. And then over time, I started realizing gosh, I could recycle a lot here. And I started kind of incorporating other things into them. It is a challenge to put a piece together and use parts and make them look like they all blend together into a design.
His angel on the wash there that our neighborhood commissioned him to do, it's an angel thanking all the COVID workers.
During COVID, a lot of us had friends and family that were on the front lines, and we heard the stories. Our hearts just went out for them. So we came up with this angel here behind me. It's recycled steel with stainless steel that are mixed together. I tried to make it look natural and integrated and put it together for them and just about them, shining the light during dark times, and felt like it was an appropriate thing to create and seems to be enjoyed by everyone. So yeah, it was a blessing.